there.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode of Ramblemancy, where John was not in any way misbehaving behind the scenes, and neither was Freeman, and I certainly was also doing nothing worth noting. Um,
I've done nothing wrong ever in my life.
I know this, and I love you. Welcome, everyone, to tonight's special Skyrim Staniversary edition of Ramblemancy, where we will be talking about Oblivion. Anyway, so,
Oh, damn it, I didn't do my research right.
yeah. That's right. Now you don't know where we're coming from. But more importantly, happy birthday, Freeman.
Oh, thank you.
Happy
Mwah.
birthday, Freeman! Woo!
Yeah.
Woo! 3-0.
That's right. That's right. Today.
It's the beginning.
Today is okay, I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, oh no, oh god.
I know. I stopped myself
Well.
for a reason. There's a reason I just sat there and did absolutely nothing for a few seconds. It's because I said today, and then immediately Wonderwall came into my head. So,
I think that's just kind of everybody's curse who's heard Wonderwall.
Anyway,
more than
here's
one
Wonderwall.
time.
No, we're not doing that. So tonight, before we get into our stream, we probably have some announcements, right? We're doing stuff, aren't we?
Yeah, I feel like
We're
we
doing
have
some things.
things going on. We have things going on.
Yeah.
Like next Wednesday, we have, as usual, our sci-fi superheroes spacefaring cipher system powered actual play Infinite Horizon. Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific.
It's
Whew,
look,
all
it's
right.
already a mouthful. At this point, we're just leaning into it. Okay, we're just
Absolutely.
leaning into it.
I just had to, like, I just kept going.
It's Infinite Adjectives Horizon. So
Right.
it's
Truly. Anyway, come watch our cool sci-fi superheroes space show on Wednesday nights, 6 p.m. Pacific, right here on this very channel. I'm not on that, but these two hooligans are probably in different spaces as to compared to where I'm pointing. But I facilitate the fields crimes and other things that happen there. So,
Mhm.
you know, I am there in spirit. Hashtag and John.
And John.
So yeah. Anyway, we've got that going on. We've got a snazzy little donation goal that you can see beneath the stream here, where if we can hit our goal of $250 by the end of the month, the three of us, like the Rule of Lore folks, will organize an Among Us community night in our Discord. And I have it on good authority that there has been an update to Among Us that allows the imposter to shape shift into crewmates.
what?
Good.
And also, there's more like crewmate roles. So there's like a medic one and also an engineer who can also vent. It's
Okay.
wild. I would love
Y'all.
to play it with you all. Anyway,
Donate to this stream. Donate to the. Do it.
Do it.
Just do it right now.
it's an excellent way. It's an excellent way to support us, and also you can make a stabby space chaos happen at the end of the month with the new update. Ooh. Also, thank you for all of the comments on the compliments on the look tonight. I'm wearing some very wild pants today.
Oh shit! I didn't even
With
notice.
some paisley?
Yeah, dude, check that shit out. It's like I'm wearing a handkerchief
It's
on my legs.
Get it. Get
Hell
it,
yeah.
John. Shit.
And then we've got a whole lot of
Killed me.
maroon. Perfect.
Excellent,
And the nail really just
I think that's everything
Yeah.
we've got for announcements right now. Although I will give once again the trademarked Rule of Lore announcement of an announcement. Very soon we will be telling you about something, and I don't mean soon TM, like just actually soon.
really soon.
Actually soon, you'll know.
We'll have a thing.
So just keep an eye out for that. Keep an ear out for that. Whatever senses are feel most appropriate to you. Keep those out for. Anyway, hi everybody. Before we get started, I want to say welcome to everyone. Odds and ends, welcome. It's a wizard is never late, nor is he early. Odds and ends. Littlest drummer, welcome. Geek outs, hello. Amethyst cat lady, good to see you. I saw. Hey, John's here. That's weird. Alieni Creations, welcome.
Wait, if
welcome.
John's here, who's driving the stream?
It's me. It's always me.
It's always you.
Orangitis, welcome. Let's see. Who else did I see? Cole, hi. I'm glad Twitch finally let you in. Jolly old up
Jolly old
hello.
up Mixilens. Tilt your horns this way.
And you know, playing some Skyrim. I don't believe you. Wow.
Screenshots or it didn't happen.
Yeah. But yeah. Welcome and of course. Oh, hey, it's Rose. Hello. And if you find yourself in the stream tonight lurking, just know that we love and appreciate you.
If you're on our YouTube audience.
Yeah, if you're on our YouTube.
Appreciate you too.
Exactly. If you're on our YouTube audience, just you know, drop a comment down there. Down where? You know where. You know the place.
Mhm.
You know.
In the comments
Section. We really have been just playing up the chorus
It's-
angle tonight, and I love that for us.
So much.
Like,
Before we get started, as you can see from our stream title tonight, we will be talking about the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. And
the one that I definitely know a whole bunch about, that I've definitely played like several hundred hours of.
Mhm.
Totally.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. No, we're gonna be talking about some Skyrim nostalgia today, seeing as how yesterday was the 10th birthday of Skyrim. And I'm not talking about like the release of Skyrim for Smart Fridge. I'm talking about the original like OG Skyrim release. The first time anyone ever played Skyrim was 10 years ago.
Ooh, dead.
I almost had it.
Little did I expect sitting in my dorm or sitting in jolly old Obnixilus's dorm room actually is where I was playing it. Little did I expect that in just 10 short years I would be playing it on my refrigerator too. Oh.
Anyway, today that's what we're going to be talking about, at least for a little while, until we decide we're going to talk about anything and everything else. So, you know, that's what we're going to do.
Well, we got to do karaoke at some point to answer your question. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, to answer my question about how we're going to start this episode, John, what do you got for us?
I think I just want to start this episode first of all by thanking Jeremy Soule for powering the music for like all of my D&D games for like a solid 3 or 4 years, because I was just like, what am I going to put in here? I don't know, Skyrim music. And then if it wasn't Skyrim music, it was probably something else by Jeremy Soule.
Right.
But posted a screenshot in the Discord.
Hell yeah.
Right? Hold on.
That's a sick screenshot.
Hold up.
That's pretty dope.
Hold on. Ramblemancy.
Holding.
Ooh, yeah, that is a sick screenshot. Oh, I like.
Just to
Heck
prove Lucas
yeah.
wrong. Wait, what are you proving me wrong about? Oh, about you playing Skyrim. Gotcha. I understand. I got you.
Excellent.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Anyway, what are your earliest memories of playing Skyrim? I want to start there because this is my earliest memory of playing Skyrim. One of my I have two that I want to reflect on. The first was the night that it came out. I'm not sure if it was a Friday night or not. I want to believe that it was, but I know that it was my freshman year of college. And I had just met jolly old Upnixilus in the chat weeks prior, or a couple months prior, when the college school year had started, and we were bonding. You know,
I remember the story.
whiling our Friday night, just partying it away in the Arctic slopes of Skyrim. and we were both trucking along. I think I was playing like a very magey character, and I'm not sure what jolly old Obnixilus was playing, but we were having a good time kind of like swapping around dungeons and like and finding things and being like, oh hey, look what I found this here, and like, oh, I'm gonna go check that out. Like, so just, you know, like the classic, like two people sitting in the same room playing Skyrim on their laptops. The distant sounds of a college freshman dorm, you know, kind of around us, voices and stomping in the hallway, and of course, because it was a Friday evening, plenty of shouts, and strangely a what's the big instrument, that you, it's like, I can't remember the name of it.
What are you talking about?
Got a keyboard and like reeds.
Accordion?
An accordion, yeah, the distant
Yeah.
sounds of an accordion, because somebody in the dorm had one of those.
Of course they did.
Anyway, I said all of this as backdrop because jolly old Obnixilus and I are sitting there, and someone who does not live in their room just bursts in through the door, just like clearly assuming that this was the place that they were coming, and they look around bewildered, just very drunk, and spot the two of us sitting in our comfy little chairs with our laptops playing Skyrim, and they're like, it's Friday night, man. What are you guys doing? And I remember jolly old Obnixilus looked back at him and said something along the lines of, being a Viking. Like something, I can't remember exactly what you said, but it was something along those lines. And I remember this guy who moments later had been ready, I think, to just carry both of us out of the room on his arms down to the bars. It was just like, yeah, man. Just turns and walks out.
What are you guys doing? It's Friday night. You know, just some hot Viking shit, you know?
Just
Great.
some hot Viking shit.
You know?
What do you say to that? You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, incredible.
perfect.
I think my earliest Skyrim memory is buying it a couple of days after it was released, and then being very sad that it didn't work on my computer and I wouldn't be able to play it until I got home for Christmas break a couple months later. So, or like a month later. That's my earliest memory of Skyrim.
Oh no.
My earliest memory is that couple months later you played Skyrim, and I think maybe a few months after that, or maybe during that time.
I think it was
don't
during that
remember.
time.
During that time it came out, you were back and you showed it to me. I was obsessed, and I jumped on the computer.
Yep.
And you were showing me how to make the characters and everything. I was like, oh, I'll do an Argonian, I think. I don't really know what anything is. I don't know what anything, you know. They can swim underwater. I thought that's super cool. And poison resistance, and I named them. I had so much fun just naming my characters, like just fuck off names. Just I don't know what I'm going to name my character. Like I named this assassin character, Argonian assassin, I guess. Bethesda the Skyreamer, because I had no idea. I had no imagination for a clever name, and
very
I didn't
good.
think to.
It was incredible. And let
to
me tell
look
you,
for
he lived up to his name.
It was fun.
Yeah. You got said during the midnight release, I worked from like 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. My mom had picked up the special edition from the midnight release during my shift. So when I got home, I started character creation and then passed out. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Bethesda. She's a small indie developer. You might not have.
That was a
heard.
great clip. Cole says, it was my first game, and I played it in college, after college, 2015, 2016, and I screamed my way through each and every dungeon because jump scares are scary, ooh. Fair enough, you know, like...
To be fair, some of those dungeons are terrifying.
Listen, like, sometimes Draugr come out of the walls, and sometimes spiders come out of the ceiling, and sometimes traps come out of exactly where they were the whole time, you just weren't paying attention.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel that one in my soul. I feel that last one in my soul. Like, the most terrifying thing to me, too, was... like, yeah, I'm a little Breton high destruction mage. Isn't that great? I'm just gonna walk into this random cave at level 7. And then there's just like I'm like, all right, cool. Well, there's not a lot of room in here. And then just fucking a boss music starts playing and a Draugr Death Scourge Overlord kicks his way out of a coffin. I'm like, nope, 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 nope.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna take all of my magic and throw a huge fireball at it, and that'll do a bunch, right? Oh wow, did its health bar move? Oh, I'm like, okay, I'll see myself out. And then that's how I found out that they could shout too.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden I was ragdolled back to the beginning of the dungeon, and I was like, all right, fair enough. I'll just see myself out.
Yeah.
You were ragdolled all the way back to character creation.
Ragdoll back to character creation. Truly.
Yeah. That's the thing about stealth characters is it kind of it if you almost don't even, you're so stealthy you don't even know when you've alerted when someone is nearby, an enemy's nearby. You realize it way too late, and all the enemies are way back. And by the time you reach the boss, all the enemies catch up to you, and it's a big fight in the main room. It's like, okay, I should have not snuck through that entire tunnel.
I saw Cole makes an excellent point. This is something I've talked about before, but they didn't have to make the spiders look like that. Like, really, they didn't. It's true. Out of everything that they could have, they did not have to make the movement animations of those spiders so realistic, but they fucking did that.
True.
It just thinking about it makes my skin crawl. Can we also right up there with spiders? Fuck Cowrus.
Huh? Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Also
Absolutely
horrible. The way that they move, the way that they look, the spit thing.
Yeah.
Everything about
Terrible.
them just
the fact
absolutely...
that even if you are on like at level with them, they're still almost fucking impossible to kill. It's the worst.
Yeah. Oh. And then about the time you get on level with one, the more powerful ones start appearing, and you're like, great, good, thank you for this. I definitely needed more Cowrus.
Yeah, like especially like when you're doing the Dawn Guard DLC, there's that quest where you're like running around in like trying to get the bow of Oriel.
Oh yeah.
And you're running around that one like valley or whatever, and there's just Charis everywhere. It's just like, stop.
I'm gonna go back and learn the fucking Firestorm spell just for all of you. Godzilla noping back into the ocean. Yeah, truly. Godzilla comes up from the ocean to find that there's just a bunch of Cowrus and Skyrim spiders, and it's like, yeah, no, I don't.
Remy says, I still haven't played Skyrim, and at this point it's funnier if I never play it. You know what?
There's some truth to that.
I suppose, yeah. Yes. Also, follow Remy on Twitter.
That's a good point.
Yep.
Follow Remy on Twitter.
Cole says, I started another playthrough, and like I didn't play any of the game my first time. I literally just did the main quest, so I missed all of it. That's not how you play Skyrim. You play Skyrim by ignoring the main quest for as long as possible.
I think
honestly, the main quest doesn't take that long, actually.
Honestly, my first playthrough, I'm pretty sure I did just do the main quest. I'm pretty sure that's what I did too. So.
Yeah, I think my map basically looked like a bunch of little caves along the routes to walking to every single one of the main quest locations, and that's pretty much what. And of course, like the Archmage's location, like the Archmage's storyline locations, and that's what I knew. I think the only character that I've ever fully completed the main storyline on was my first one. I might be wrong about that. I might have completed it on another one at some point, but I feel like after that, I would come in going like, I'll get to that eventually.
Here's how you play Skyrim, the Lucas version of how you play Skyrim. You make a character, very cool, spend a long time, like way too long in character creation, adjusting things, then going back and readjusting them until you are happy with it, and then you readjust them again one last time. Then you get into the game, you play for a few hours, and then you're like, oh, wait a second. I actually have a cool idea for another character.
Yep.
And then you're like, it's fine. I'll come back to this character eventually. And then you save. You go back, start a new game, do exactly the same thing, like going through character creation. And you start the game again, and then you're like, yeah, this is great. This is cool. And then you never go back to your original character. Wash, rinse, repeat. So...
The John edition of playing Skyrim is I'm not going to play a mage this time.
Yep.
And then I'm like, what if I play just a little bit of mage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Geek Outs, yeah, that's the is it the random alternate start mod, I think, which is what Jolly Old Obnixus. Oh no. Jolly Old Obnixus is talking about a different one. But yeah, that one was also one of my favorites, Geek Outs. The random alternate start mod is very cool. Cause the very first time I used it, it dropped me
Ooh.
in the middle of a dungeon and I had to sneak my way out with minimal equipment, which was very cool and exciting, and it really just made it for a really interesting, flavorful playthrough.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
I don't think I ever toyed with any of the alternate start mods. I toyed with a lot of magic mods and a lot of things that made the game pretty.
Mhm.
Um, like armor and weapon mods and stuff, especially like armor and weapon mods, especially when I was doing a playthrough on I think a Red Guard, and doing just a full on like melee character.
One of my essential mods for Skyrim these days is the Ordinator Perk Overhaul. Essential
Ooh.
mod. It like makes every type of playthrough viable, right? Like in the base game, like in vanilla Skyrim, there's like one or two that are like just objectively better than the rest of them. But like
Mhm.
Ordinator Perk Overhaul makes all of the like any playstyle equally viable. It's really really cool. Um, my favorite one there, I have two favorites on that one, which is like Restoration Wizard, because eventually you can basically become like a paladin or a cleric, right? Because you have like
Ooh.
undead focused abilities that like sunbeam and like all kinds of shit, like really fucking cool stuff. um but all and like randomly buffing companions or whatever, like buffs that like will randomly go off, and it'll either like buff an ally or like uh give like a penalty to an enemy at random. It's very cool. Or conjuration, but playing as a necromancer, because eventually you get like permanent summons that you can make, like
Hell yeah.
permanent like skeleton summons, like skeleton champions, and they are very cool, and it's a very very useful perk tree for if you want to just it's a great pet class. It's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Um
I think mine is probably um, survival mode, which is now just a setting
ooh,
you can change
yes, that's
with the
right.
special edition now,
Mhm.
and it just makes it so you have to eat, you have to drink water, you have to sleep. When you're cold, you have to be by a fire, or otherwise it'll affect your stamina, your health, and your magic. It makes fast travel not happen. You have to just like
Mhm.
go the long way around. And I love just setting up a camp too. I think that's a really cool
Yeah.
feature
Yeah.
too. Just a million camps throughout
There's a
Skyrim.
lot of really great mods that enhance the survival mode too, that make it really like add some really cool shit and features. Yeah, just so
Ooh,
cool.
that's awesome.
Does this mean, Lucas, does this mean the boys are back in town? I suppose it does. Um if you own Legendary Edition, you can upgrade for $20. Isn't it? Doesn't it just happen? I thought it on PC at least. Doesn't it just happen? Like you just get it?
Unless I'm mistaken, no, I think it's like 20 bucks.
Really?
I thought it just happened too,
Then I
but
was
maybe on some
misinformed.
other system. Me too. I thought that's what I read that or
Hmm.
saw that in video, a YouTube video.
Well, that sucks because that's what I was originally gonna do for your birthday, Freeman. I was originally gonna buy you the anniversary edition, and then I found out. And then I was doing research, and I was like, oh shit, okay, he just gets it anyway because he has the special edition. Fuck. Oh well. But yeah. Oh well.
Wait, what added goblins to Skyrim?
I,
Uh,
uh,
the anniversary edition.
yeah, I don't
Not
know
as a
what the name of
playable
the
race. Oh, if the moment that they add tiny little goblins as a playable, let some. I'm sure there's a
I
mod
think there
somewhere to
is.
be able to
Yeah,
play goblins.
that'd be
I'm pretty
cool.
sure there is.
So I just want to be a
Like the
baby
little
Yoda looking.
like the goblins from Saul's time,
No,
or
not
those
the
is that a
Reeklings. Like
different
goblins from
Reeklings? Never mind.
in there in Oblivion, there are goblins
Uh,
all over Cyrodiil.
okay, so that
Ooh.
sadly my unless I play Elder Scrolls Online, my knowledge only goes as far back as Skyrim.
Yeah.
So I haven't played the ones before.
Yeah.
I was not on the train. I did not jump on that train at the time. I don't know if I will be able to now.
Yeah, I don't recommend Oblivion.
Yeah.
I didn't really like Oblivion that much. Like, I played the shit out of it for a long time, but even then I still went back to Morrowind all the time because it was just, you know. But yeah, I know there are people who will not agree with me on this, and that's fine. But I think Skyrim was a superior game to Oblivion, and here's why. Anyway, so that one was for you,
Yes.
odds and ends.
Excellent.
You're welcome.
Excellent callback.
So,
Oh my god. So I'm curious, like, what are people's like what were your favorite character play styles that you did? And this goes for chat too. Like, what was your favorite character that you played? The one that you could never get away from. And I think like the first character that I played was Destruction Mage, and that is a lot of fun for sure. But I think my favorite character that I have ever played was honestly like the Spellblade characters that I would make, which would be like a bunch of like defensive magic spells. So I would just give myself like mage armor and then a whole bunch of other buffs, and then conjure a bound weapon and run at people.
yeah, Geekouts. I'm sorry, but I am going to actually you here because in Oblivion there was no dual wielding. That was not a thing in Oblivion. So I apologize, but that was not a thing that was true. Dual wielding did not come into Elder Scrolls until Skyrim. That was not a thing before that. So, uh, yeah.
Koala, hello. Hey, you're finally awake.
Yeah, shield and sword you could do. Yes, 100%. That one for sure. And yeah, no, you're right. Shield, sword, and magic. I see what you're saying. Gotcha. Yeah. Yep. Um,
The rare double actually.
uh,
Salute.
Cole says, "Warrior, I smashed the shit out of everything with battle axe because I was bad at magic." You know what combination I didn't do this a lot, but it's really powerful at least in early game, and it's really powerful if you have a companion too. The combo that I used was shield in one hand and magic in the other hand. Was actually an incredible combination because especially if you had like destruction, because then what you would do is you'd shield bash people, knock them off their like off balance, and then just blast them with like fire or whatever. And it was a great combo. And then you could just like switch. You could set up your hotkeys so you like swap to like healing. And if you have a companion, if you have like the heal other, right, then you could like heal your companion in battle while also defending yourself. And it was a really great
It's like, okay, you go now. You go.
yeah.
Ooh. Sword and board.
Sword and board is a good combo.
I really enjoyed getting my shield up all the way and just like doing the charge combo where you charge somebody and then bash, and just the ragdoll the ragdoll effect that would take place, and then they'd just be like, I'm paralyzed.
Yeah.
That became just too much fun for me.
Stealth at 100, sneak through the whole dungeon, not killing anything or triggering any Draugr is also fun. Yes, that is
I've
true.
done that.
I remember when I did my stealth character playthrough, I elected not to do archery because I was like, I feel like stealth archer is playing this game on turbo easy mode. So I was like, I'm going to do it with a knife. And so that did make it significantly harder trying to kill people with daggers, but I did it for quite a while. I did it for quite a while. I got a decent amount of the main quest done, but as it's actually quite hard to sneak up on dragons and stab them with a knife in the butt. So that character did have some trouble with dragons.
Yeah, you have to have like a fire dagger and like an ice dagger for when you're fighting Alduin, because like they switch between their elements and they can suddenly like be resistant against frozen, freeze damage, and then fire damage. So you need like a combo and then like crouch behind Alduin and then like get Alduin's booty.
Stab him in the butt.
Can be done.
Stab him in the butt. Cole says, "Oh, best memory was killing a dragon, then being yeeted into the stratosphere by a troll." Okay, I have a related story because I remember Freeman. I think you were with me for this when this happened.
Yeah.
So it was like the first time, like I would see the giants around Skyrim, and I mostly left them alone because they were intimidating and whatever. But there's one day where I was like, you know what, Freeman, I'm just gonna see what happens.
Yep.
And so I saved, and then me and Lydia, of course, charged in and like were attacking a giant, and I got instantly stomped and like immediately joined the Skyrim aeronautics program. And you watch like my corpse just sort of ragdolling into the sky, just going, and then it reached the apex of my yeet and began falling. And as I began falling, we're like Freeman and I are like dying laughing. We're like laughing so hard, and then we like slowly start to calm down as my body starts falling. And as that's happening, then we watch Lydia's body go.
Yep, just like right past.
Right when you had probably started to recover, then Lydia's body just goes. Whee!
It was incredible.
Lydia, girl boss, too close to the sun.
Yeah.
The giant actually just heard her say, "I am sworn to carry your burdens."
The giant's like, "Oh, fuck you."
Fuck no.
The giant's like, "Listen, I only had a problem with your friend. You can go." It's like, "I'm sworn to carry your." No.
No, you take that shit out of here. My fucking mammoth cheese.
Yep.
What would you suppose your favorite shouts would be?
Huh?
What are your favorite shouts?
Ooh.
That's an interesting. I just thought of this.
So my problem with the shouts in Skyrim is that there is only one that is consistently useful.
Yeah.
And it is the first one that you get.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hi, Reverse Alchemath. Welcome. Just shut up during a work break. Are we discussing the Skyrim astronaut
we were,
program?
in fact, discussing that.
We were.
It's.
We were, in fact.
Yeah. Welcome. Good to see you here. Yeah. No. We. Clear Skies is also very good. Jolly Old Up Nicholas. That's a very, very good point.
Very handy.
Yeah. Especially if there's a bug that sometimes happens or in vanilla Skyrim it would happen where it would just be storming all the time, where like the weather would get stuck on storms for some reason. And then so Clear Skies was an incredible shout to have because it was just so annoying, just constantly everywhere you went, constantly. Like the sound of thunder starts to get grating after a while. So it was really good to have. The Clear Skies was great. Whirlwind Sprint is also very good. It's a useful one.
Whirlwind Sprint, I think, is probably my most used sprint, or my most used shout, because honestly, like my play style like has always been kind of like the duck, dodge, and weave. I do not have the patience to actually block attacks. I just try and get out of the way of them and then stab you more.
Wait, you, whose favorite games are Metroid and Hades, like to dodge stuff? What? That doesn't make any sense and is very shocking to me, John.
Yeah, who would have thought? Who would have thought also that my favorite game mechanics in basically every other game centered around just not taking damage when I was supposed to. So yeah, no. Whirlwind Sprint, probably one of my most used. I also really like because it was one that I can't remember why I would get it, but I would always for some reason go on this one quest and it would give me the one that just fucking freezes people solid.
Yeah, the ice form or something like that.
Ice form. And I really liked Ice Form for a get out of jail free card, just being like,
it's really useful. It's really useful.
Yep. Same.
bandit,
'Cause, like-
like big scary bandit running at you,
Well,
just turn him into a block of
The
ice.
best part about it is that even if they have resistance to like frost, it doesn't matter because like it might not do like the damage, but at the very least, it'll stop them for like just a few seconds.
Yeah, it's different than the ice shout.
Yeah.
Like there's the frost breath shout
Mhm.
where you just like
Yeah.
throw ice and like chill the ground, but like the ice form is different. Like it just fucking
Yeah,
just turns him into a popsicle for a little while.
it's great. It's incredible.
I think there was another fun one. I remember on my Lucas reads John.
Yeah, reverse Aquamath. That's what I'm saying right there. Exactly. Like that's my problem is that there's all these incredible, very flavorful, interesting shouts, but at the end of the day, there's only one for me. There's only one that's useful to me, and it's that one, Unrelenting Force. That's what I'm saying. I feel you.
Everyone in here is like, yeah, no, I like this shout that's useful in this situation, and then like the reality is also that just Fusro Dago.
This is the thing. I don't have
Yeah.
I don't have the attention span or the patience or the finesse to finesse my way through situations. I am in Skyrim. I will absolutely brute force my way through everything. Like that's what I'm gonna do. If I can do it, I will do it. So like, yeah.
I mean, if you're near a cliff and it's not a dragon, Fusrodad is so
That
much.
is-
Oh my god, there's that one
Yeah.
Forsworn camp that's just like a whole bunch of cliffs. Like it's just like this weird like steppy
Oh,
waterfall thing.
See, I was thinking
You're
about
just-
that one place where there's like a Draugr Scourge Lord or whatever, and it's a ruin that's like a big canyon, you know?
Oh yeah.
And you're
Oh,
like
yeah.
he's up at one end of it, and if you get around behind him and you just he just goes flying off into that one. That's how I killed him the first time. And then by the time he got back up to me, he had basically no health left. So because you were so relatable, brute force for the win. Listen, I'm not smart enough, and I don't have the time for this shit. So I'm just gonna do it in the most direct way possible. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, and damn it, I'm going on it.
There was one that I used pretty often on my stealth, like my knife character playthrough, because I actually like when you're playing archer, you can just park yourself in a corner and fucking shoot people, and they'll go. The rest of the people in the room will watch their companion die, and they're like, "Must have been the wind."
Right.
But when you're getting in there with a knife or a sword to kill people for those cool execute animations, and because you don't want to just play bow, you do kind of have to like be able to keep an eye on everybody in the room. And so there was this one, I think it's detect life or something like that you could use that would like kind of highlight everyone who was alive or like move it like, you know, alive enemies in the area. And that was really handy. I used that constantly.
Yeah. Ooh, reverse Aquamath. Good point. Stormcall. That's very interesting. So I killed 2 dragons during the final main quest. I didn't know were there. Oh, is it the 2 like epic level dragons that just kind of hang out like don't do anything unless you attack them? Because those are scary. Like they fucked me up every time. I leave them alone these days. Like I don't. I leave them the fuck alone.
Excuse me.
They don't attack you unless you attack them.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah, that does not surprise me. By the way, John, with the like, with the shoot first, ask questions never approach. Yeah, that does not surprise me.
I definitely saw the 2 of them up there, and I was just like, all right, firebolt time. Like, I'm gonna get started from over here. Not realizing that they wouldn't actually attack me, that they would just watch me go.
Yep. Shut up to their precious 2 skeletons. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. I have one time I got very close to killing one of them, and then like something really I think there was like a Draugr Scourge Lord or something like that I hadn't noticed, who just yeeted me off the edge, and I died because I was low enough health that it like killed me.
Yeah.
Everything attacks against Skyrim and nothing attacks with the ferocity of a mud crab. Correct. Okay, that's the other thing.
Give up.
mud crabs in Sky or not Skyrim in Oblivion, the worst. I hated them in Oblivion. It made me so angry because you could not get away from them. Like you just
They follow you.
yeah, and not only that, but they were literally everywhere. Anytime there was any
Mhm.
body of water, there they were, always. And they like sensed you coming from like 3,000 miles away, and you just have like the combat music starts. Dun, 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 dun. It's like where the fuck is the mud crab? And you just had no idea because they also were terrible at getting to you. So it was just
Like you're like looking around for like the big group of bandits that's gonna come rushing for you, or like the ice spike that's just gonna start protruding from your skull from some mages or something, and no, it's just a mud crab charging you from a quarter mile away.
oh holy shit. Reverse Aquamath. That is some like galaxy brain stuff. Throw voiced trick Draugr into spike wall traps. See, I
Ooh.
was never
Yep.
able to make good use of throw voice because every time I used it, people would just beeline directly towards me.
I never made it work either, but I was gonna say that that would be a shout that I would like to use more often because it seems really clever for a
Mm-hmm.
sneaky character,
Yeah.
right?
There's
But
also
yeah,
isn't there? There's also that shout that you get. It's one of the ones that's added by um wow Dawn Guard. Jesus.
Mhm.
It's like a mark target kind of thing. It's useful for like assassin sneaky characters or whatever.
Yeah, it's like mark for death or
Yeah,
something
mark
like
for
that.
death. I've never used that one. I don't know. I genuinely do not know what it does.
I think I want to say that if I'm remembering it correctly, I think the way that it works is it marks them and then stores the damage that they take. Like it tracks the damage that they take over a short period once they start taking damage, and then delivers a bunch more to them based on that at the end.
Hmm. Interesting.
I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
God,
I
I just
genuinely have no idea
I
how
don't
any of that
remember.
works. Um. There's also the one. What's the one that's like air blade, air weapon, something like that that makes you like attack faster or move faster or something like
it's
that?
like whirlwind something, but not.
Yeah. It's. I used it once, but I can never find it again. And like, and it's
Elemental something.
yeah. And I could never like I don't know. It just like it wasn't that useful to me, so I needed to find more of the like words for it, but then I could never find them.
Mhm.
So I don't know. You know what saved my life? What shot has saved my life many times? The
Hmm.
ethereal form.
Me too.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, I cannot tell you how many times I have accidentally yeeted myself off of a cliff and go, oh shit, and then when as I was falling, like 100% gonna die if when I hit the ground. Then I used the ethereal form shout and
It just like
survived it.
floated down, just
Yeah.
ah, a feather on the wind.
Mm-hmm. Uh,
I can just imagine like the graybeards talking to the dragonborn, then watching them walk over to just like a big cliff at the face of the throat of the woman. Like, are you gonna like take the stairs back down? No, I'm just gonna. Anyway, so I'm gonna go deal with that Alduin problem, and then I'll be back in like a week or something like that. So I'll see it, and then just like step off
yeah.
it on the way down. Just the Doppler effect
Just like,
sound of like
peace,
the ether
nerds, and just like
just wee, and then you just fall
Oh,
off backwards, and about a quarter of the way down, you hear them like the ethereal
I just
shroud just
imagine
kind of echoes
there's
back
like
up.
there's just a troll just like minding its own business on the mountainside, and there's and the little troll.
Freeze frame on like the face peeled back by the wind force, like underneath
You're probably wondering how I
underneath the
got into this
dragonborn
situation.
iron. Say what?
You're probably wondering how I got in this situation.
Oh, Jolly Old Omnixos. I love Drop Zone.
Mhm.
It's from the Apocalypse magic
Yeah,
magic mod. Oh, that one's so nice.
yeah.
Yeah, it has also killed me many times because I'm like, I'll drop zone and I land in it, but like it's got a really weird vertical hitbox where it's only kind of so high.
Hmm.
And so if you hit it on like a rock or something, then you'll fall through the drop zone like an extra inch. And then your shins become acquainted with the bridge of your nose and you die.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
Ellie says, I didn't realize I antagonized a mud crab, was sneaking past something, had to deal with something IRL. When I came back, my stealth skill was going up because that same mud crab couldn't get to me and kept losing, then finding me. That's amazing. Holy shit.
that's that mud crab was just like walking up and going, can't find him. Where did he go? And then he's just fine, I'll go away. No, god damn it, I'm gonna find him.
Oof. Listen, we've all been there.
That mud crab would travel 5,000 miles, okay?
And I oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Just to be, never mind. I do not want to get in trouble.
Thunderchild is best mod. It redoes all words into new shouts with bonkers effects. Ooh. I don't think I've used that one, but I think I've seen it. Ah, that's very interesting. I might have to look into that. Oh no.
I'm making a list of
I
mods
know.
now
See,
on
here's the
my
problem. On this computer, it is the most powerful computer that I have ever owned. However, it doesn't have a lot of space, unfortunately, and I cannot and will not play Skyrim without mods. And I play with a lot of them. Like, I mod Skyrim until it literally collapses under its own weight. And I just don't have the hard drive space for that on this computer. So that's really unfortunate. Yeah. Never play with a mod. Never play with a mod. Cole, we'll fix that. We'll fix that one day. Yeah. Same, because yeah, listen, like there are so many talented mod authors out there in the whole like in the specifically with Elder Scrolls, like the modding community for the Elder Scrolls games, absolutely incredible. The stuff that they're able to do, Elder Scrolls and Fallout, like incredible mod authors out there doing cool shit. Um, it's just it takes yeah, it takes up a lot of space. Um, Alien, yeah. There's I honestly don't know what it's I think I said this to you, Freeman, too, when we were talking about modding Skyrim, that like I genuinely don't know what it would be like to learn how to mod today, because when I learned, it was still during Morrowind, when it was really simple, relatively speaking, to do it. And then I learned new bits and pieces as things got more complicated. Yeah. Starting now, I genuinely don't know what it would be like. I don't know that it would be a lot like super difficult, but like there are definitely guides that you could find, for sure. Yeah.
Orange. So how can one experience Skyrim relatively cheap? Wait for the Steam Winter Sale or any of the big Steam sales. Skyrim will be on sale on Steam. Buy it on Steam or buy it on the platform of your choice for like $5 or some shit. Yep. Like I guarantee you the base game will be super cheap around Christmas when Steam has its big winter sale.
Yeah, I don't know now that they have like the anniversary edition, but like but even the legendary edition was really cheap last time I saw it on sale. So
yeah. No, it's a 10-year-old game, so it's gonna the thing is it'll go on sale regularly and for very cheap. So
yeah, Jolly Old Nexus says, I mean, one mod was so good they released it as a full game. That was oh god, what was the name of it?
That?
Nerium? Or was that Oblivion? Hold on. What was the one that Oh, I know which one you're talking about, but reverse talking about some modders got job offers from their mod work. Yeah. No, what was the one? What was the name of the one again, Jolly? Oh, the Forgotten City is the game you were thinking of. No, that's not the one I was thinking of. The one I was thinking of was oh god, that's gonna bug me. I see it on Steam all the time. And was it Enderal? Is that the one? Enderal.
maybe.
I feel like that's the one. That's now like its own standalone thing. Hold on. I'm looking it up.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
installing
Enderal
Skyrim
is
tonight
a
after
is
the
a
show.
yeah. Enderal is a Skyrim mod, but I believe there is also now a standalone game.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Bethesda and their absolutely rabid modding community. Name a more iconic duo.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, man. There's a lot of cool shit. I I know it'll never happen because this has never been successful in the history of mods, but release any of the projects that they have going for um Skywind and Skyblivion, right, where they're recreating like those earlier Elder Scrolls games on the Skyrim engine.
Mm-hmm.
Um that kind of shit is really cool, but they're such huge endeavors that either the project dies out or like it's just never finished. They're just constantly working on it and never finish.
Yeah.
But the concept of them is very cool.
Yeah, I think it's always fun, I think, to imagine what our favorite entries in a series would have been like, or what our favorite games in the series would have been like if they had been made today.
Yeah.
You know,
Like
if
with Black Mesa recreating Half-Life 1 in the Half-Life 2 engine.
mhm.
Very well done. That kind of thing is really cool. Mm, it's cool when people actually manage to like pull that stuff off. Um, yes, thank you, Reverse Aquamath. That was specifically what I was trying to talk about earlier, but I couldn't remember the exact names. Freeman, for the ones that I was talking about, the enhanced survival mode,
Yeah.
Campfire, Frostfall, Alchemy and Cooking Overhaul, and I Needs.
Oh yeah. Oh, cooking overhaul.
Hmm. Those were the
Oh
ones that I
boy.
was thinking of. Um, yeah.
I'm just gonna DM those to you on Discord.
Hmm.
Oh. Oh.
Y'all are gonna make me need to reinstall Skyrim, and I do not have the hard disk space for
I know I don't really either. I'm gonna
it.
have to, but I will clear some. I will make it happen to play to play Skyrim again, because like I have a pretty actually kick-ass computer compared
Hmm.
to when I was first playing Skyrim,
Yeah.
so I could really actually fucking crank this shit up. I have my RX 580 is starting to show its age with modern games, but I feel like modded Skyrim is well within its purview.
Yeah. 100%.
And with GPU prices, I'm not updating
I
that thing anytime
still
soon.
don't think I have Legendary Edition though. Is the thing. I just have the original, like original with all the DLCs. But yeah.
I do too.
Yeah. No problem, Orange. I hope it works out. I hope you're able to
Mhm.
pick it up for cheap because it's super worth it.
Yeah.
You will get a lot of playtime out of it. Yeah, Ordinator,
Yeah.
Reverse Aquamath. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. It was probably before you got here. That's genuinely one of my must-have mods for Skyrim. Um, there's another mod by the same author as Ordinator that I'm trying to remember what it was. I think they also did Apocalypse, didn't they? That same mod author I think is also the one that did Apocalypse spells.
So
But there's another one too that they did that was just very good. Oh, it's the Religion Overhaul one where like you can that one's very good.
mhm. Yeah.
That one's very interesting. Where you get cool like bonuses and stuff like that for like actually following the one like the tenets of the one of like whichever divine you choose to like follow. It's very interesting. It's even got like
Oh
Daedra
hell
stuff
yeah.
too, so you can follow Daedra and yeah.
Ooh.
Don't make me get on Nexus. I can't install more mods. Hey, I'm just providing you with information. What you do with it is up to you.
Oh my god.
Winter Sun. Ooh, Reverse Aquamath. Which one is Winter Sun? That sounds so familiar. I'm sure I had it, but which one was
Winter
that?
Sun.
I'm sure I used it at some point, but I fully cannot remember what it is. Um, God, that sounds so familiar. Um, yeah. Also, okay, question. The fucking is there like some like the headless horseman rider, right? Headless horse rider, like is there like a quest associated with that, or is it just like a thing that just runs around randomly?
I missed this, I think.
Oh, the
Wait,
religion. Okay, yeah. Huh?
they're just a Doulahan running around,
I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be the ghost of Ragnar the Red, but like,
Oh,
basically
we
just a Doulahan running
yes,
around.
essentially. Um, but I can't. I don't. I never found if there was like an actual like quest with it, or if it was just like a thing that exists.
There's probably a quest associated with it, but I kind of hope it's just a thing that
Mm-hmm.
exists.
Never been able to catch them. Yeah, me neither. Me neither at all. Yeah. Oh yeah, the Standing Stone overhaul. Yeah, I forgot about that. Just a
huh.
thing. Okay, geek outs. Thanks. Yeah, no, I was always curious because it was cool, unkillable. Yeah. Current characters are ranger type who worships Kinnereth. Nice. Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah.
like that.
I think I did one of my favorite because with the Ordinator perk overhaul, one of my favorite things to do is do like the whole like like spell sword, but like very much the like restoration tree. So I'm essentially like a cleric or paladin kind of character. And so I did a playthrough with that mod as a vigilant of Stendar and just like ran around just destroying undead everywhere. It was incredible. It was a very fun playthrough.
Yeah, no. Being able to that is one of the huge perks of the restoration tree is being able to just tell undead to fuck off
Mm-hmm.
because there are so
Mm-hmm.
Draugr. So
Yeah. Um, and with the Ordinator perk thing, it gives you lots of cool shit that you can do. The other cool thing that you can do with the Ordinator perk overhaul is like there's a branch of the restoration tree that is like poison and disease kind of like damage stuff. It's
ooh,
very interesting. I've never tried it, but I'm very curious about it. So you
that'd be
so you could do like you basically do like a death cleric kind of thing.
Ooh.
like just inflict wounds on
Mm-hmm.
people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Huh.
that's cool.
That is
Yeah,
cool.
Mm-hmm.
talking about stealth characters again really has me wanting to play just like a spell knife, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
like an inflict wounds style. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's basically when I played when I played a grave cleric in our home D&D campaign for a while. That's I feel like that's a little bit what I was. I was like, I'll heal somebody if they're dead. But otherwise, I'm an inflict wounds bot. I do remember in that game, I one shot the first boss with an inflict wounds crit. So
I remember that. Good times.
On the pickpocket tree, there's a part of the tree where you can place poison on someone as a as a way of poisoning them
That's
and doing a
right.
little bit of damage, which
Yeah.
is a thing that I didn't notice until like a year ago. I think that's a cool thing
Yeah.
for just what they have basic for the tree as it is without any mods. I think that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. But I'd love to see an overhaul on like all the stealth trees.
I'm gonna end up getting this game again. I can find the times where sleep is just a concept, right? It's true. It's true. I think sleep is more of a suggestion than an actual necessity.
Yeah.
It's like, do it if you want to, you know? Like that's how that works, right? don't
that's it, please.
don't listen just
Oh,
don't listen to me. I'm not don't I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Lucas, no.
someone threw their voice to make it seem like Lucas was saying
Yeah,
that.
exactly. No, I have Rose and Cole yelling at me. Uh, Listen, I have been sleeping perfectly fine lately, okay? And when I don't sleep well, it's not my fault. It just happens.
Yeah. Actually slept
I
pretty well the last few
I
days.
value a good night's sleep. It doesn't mean it happens, and it's not always in
Yeah.
my control. Because sometimes I just wake up after like 2 hours, uh, and I'm just wide awake, and I'm like, well, let me get up until I get tired again, and then it doesn't happen. So,
Yep.
yeah, I just
And they say
don't
getting
get
up
tired
and
again.
walking around is supposed to help.
Well, okay, it's not that it's supposed to help necessarily. It's not that it helps you get
Hmm.
tired. It's that basically what I have read is that essentially
Oh,
what you're doing is not training your body to be awake while lying down.
right.
So it's like you're basically getting your body used to being awake when you're up and asleep when you're down.
True.
And so
Yeah.
that's why I get up when I wake up and I'm wide awake. I get
Yeah.
up because I don't want to like train my body any more than it already has been to be awake
Fair.
while lying down. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Rose, sometimes I have to put my annotated Shakespeare on my chest, and then I go out like a lion. You know, the annotated works of Shakespeare really have so many incredible uses besides being read.
Honestly, just give me anything by Faulkner. I'll be out like a fucking light.
Yeah, exactly. You start reading The Sound and the Fury to me, and I'm gone 6 sentences in. Also, just because I'm utterly uninterested.
What does
in
this have to do with
Also-
Skyrim? You know what, Bree? I don't need this from you.
You come into our house. Into our house. Also, thank you for the 23 months free. It's good to see you.
Hi, Bree.
I'll admit it.
Nuka's survival mode is an optional IRL. You say that. And you're correct, but you say it.
Oh. Yeah. Bree, did you ever play Skyrim? I feel like that probably wouldn't have been a game that would have been in your wheelhouse, but I'm curious now if you did play a character and what kind of character you played, if so. Nope. Yeah, I figured.
Cole says I have the opposite problem. Just pass out whenever, wherever, and I'm gone instantly. I can confirm this. That is 100% true. Yeah, just gone. I don't know how you do that.
Yeah. Cat. For a second, like Brie, I saw Nope, but then I also saw Cat, and I was like, well, you played a Khajiit, and I was like, oh no, we're referring to the ability to fall asleep whenever, wherever.
Mhm.
Yes, Cat. Got it. Okay, I'm on the same page now.
Yeah.
That matter, I have never actually played a cat in Skyrim, and I think that that is a goddamn shame.
Yeah, it's like our friend who was always playing the Punch Cat build.
I know. Every time Ben's like, I'm making a new character, and it's like, it's going to be a different one this time. I'm like, it's going to be Punch Cat,
It's
Ben.
gonna
We
be
all
Punch
know
Cat.
this.
Mhm.
It's
Love
going to be
that.
Punch Cat.
That's cool. That's cool. Hey, they have claws, so.
That they do. That they do.
And then you can get the gloves of the.
Yeah,
There's like punchy gloves. Pugilist.
Yeah,
Gloves of the Pugilist.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you build up your enchanting a whole bunch, and then you disenchant the Gloves of the Pugilist, and then you make yourself a bunch of stuff that has the same enchantment as the Gloves of the Pugilist, and then you punch even harder.
The hardest of
I
the
don't.
punch.
Wait, can you disenchant the gloves of the pugilist? Because it's like a unique item, isn't it?
Maybe you can't. Maybe that's like a mod
I
thing that you
feel
can
like that-
disenchant the
I
Gloves of the
feel
Pugilist.
like it is a mod. I could be wrong, but I
Right.
feel like it is a mod.
I've never tried. I don't know. Yeah.
I think I started Skyrim a few years ago, didn't understand what was going on, and then stopped.
You know what? Fair enough.
I love that.
It's valid, especially if you're playing listen, Skyrim is a 10-year-old game, and I think much of what makes it playable in this, the year of our Lord 2021, is in fact the modding community. And so if you start a vanilla playthrough of Skyrim in like 2018, I don't blame you for going, what is this? And why does anyone care? And put it back down.
Good. You're awake.
I couldn't figure out how to do it in the time that I had this week, but I really, really, really badly for the Thursday tweet wanted to go and find like the MP4 of like that opening scene where he goes, good, you're awake. And then also fade in the Rule of Lore logo over his face for make a gif out of that for this week's promo tweet, but I didn't have the time to do it.
somebody got beheaded and then we were attacked, and I was like, okay, cool. And then I didn't get a quest, so I was like, question mark, what's happening? Yeah, the opening is a lot.
Yeah, this guy gets beheaded, and then a dragon shows up, and then everything's on fire, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
Alternate start mods. Yeah, John, I would have made that. I should have DM'd you about it.
One of my so on the subject of Skyrim mods, if you have not already, I would check out the YouTube channel Bro Duel. Duel spelled Dual. They do some really thorough and really like just deep reviews of various mods out there. It's how I've found many of my favorites. Some of their they've kind of slowed down their production of videos lately, but some of their older videos have a lot of really cool mods. Some of those mods are unavailable now. Like, you literally cannot find them. So do be aware of that. However, most of them can still be found, and they're very cool. I've found a lot of them, and they do such a good, like, in-depth kind of like deep dive into the mods that they cover. So I highly recommend, if you're into Skyrim modding, go check out Bro Duel, because they have really good suggestions for stuff. And they do often do like compilations where they'll be like, if you want to convert Skyrim into like a dark fantasy experience, and then they give you like a whole list of mods in theme for that. Or if you want to do it's Jolly Old Nicholas says, I will also recommend Bro Duel. They find all sorts of cool stuff. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, they were doing Fallout 4
Factory
mods for a while too. So, but yeah. Monster Factory of Skyrim. I only have seen the Oblivion one. That's the only one that I've seen is the Monster Factory for Oblivion. I have not seen the Skyrim one, but now I kind of feel like I need to.
What is
that? I think if it's what I'm thinking of, I think it's the one where they make just hideous characters, like just the worst. Like
they make Garfield.
Oh my god. Oh god.
They make a Khajiit that's Garfield.
Incredible.
I'm losing it. That's incredible.
See,
that's incredible.
In Skyrim, I bet it would be pretty good. In Oblivion, it wasn't even like that great, because the reality is Oblivion's character creation was so just scuffed that even when you made a good looking character, they kind of end up looking like that anyway.
You look terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I remember there was one, I think, that made I can't remember what it turned into, Thomas the Tank Engine, but it turned a certain kind of non-player character.
I think it turned
into
dragons.
Thomas.
It turned dragons into
into Thomas the Tank Engine. Oh, they make Garfield and then give him the mod to jump so high, and he goes across the whole map.
Wow.
Yes, the Skyrim astronaut program, this time without the giants. They decided to stop renting Saturn IV clubs from.
That's like in Morrowind, right? There was a really awesome item that you could just find, like literally the beginning of the game, if you knew which way to go, called the Scroll of Vicarian Flight, which was very funny because it does exactly what you think it does. it fortifies your acrobatic skill by like 1,000 or something like that. And so then when you jump like across the map, like halfway across the map, lengthwise, and then you die because you cannot survive the. Yeah, it sounds like a bit of an Icarus situation. It is, Jolly Old Dubnixes. It is. Yeah, the Scroll of Vicarian Flight. It's yeah.
I didn't know you could get the scroll. So that's a mod.
No, there's just a thing in Morrowind that you could just get.
Wow.
It's in the game.
When you go to Solstheim, there's a wizard that finds how to discovers how to make flight, and you happen upon him in the wilderness of Solstheim, and he jumps up super high in the air, and then he comes back down and dies, and you collect his stuff. It's just like,
yeah.
And there's
I'm sure that's a direct reference to that, because Solstheim is also like a place you can go in Morrowind. So
I figured it was a reference that I had no idea about. So that's really cool to know, that make that connection now.
Yeah. Uh, watch Factory by the McElroys. Best thing ever. Also, really my only Skyrim experience. Fair enough.
You know, if what a way to experience Skyrim if that's the only Skyrim experience you have, because like
Truly.
watching them do that and make one shot punch cat and then spawning 50 dragons and destroying somebody's computer, like, yeah, that's that's honestly about what happens eventually when you mod Skyrim enough, is just turning on the game as like a coin flip as to whether or not it's actually going to turn all the way
Mhm.
on or if it's just going to
It's like,
crash.
ooh, and then it's an even another yet another coin flip is if when it crashes, is it the game gonna crash or is it going to wreck your entire computer for a few minutes while you like restart everything?
Yep, yep. And then like the classic thing where you know like certain things are bugged, and so you'll just kind of dance around like a party of Forsworn or something because you're like, I know that something about them is scuffed, but I don't know what it is, and I don't know which mod is doing it, so I'm just gonna avoid them.
I got really really good at troubleshooting mods, um, but that's the problem, right? Here's my advice, biggest advice to you, if you decide to go into Skyrim modding. Don't install more than one at a time. It makes it really hard if you fuck up to pin down where you fucked up. It seems like you're saving time, but I promise you in the long run, don't install more than one at a time. Install one, go into the game, check, make sure it's working, then go back out, then install the next one.
Yeah.
I I learn from my mistakes. Yeah. It's yep.
Because you have like 10 or 12 different, maybe not that many, I don't know, 10 or 12 mods, and you're like, well, could be any of them.
Yeah, install
Mhm.
one at a time. Like install as many as you want, but install them one at a time cuz yeah. Uh
Point.
I've made that mistake. It's not fun because then you have to
I just like
start over and completely from scratch, and it's because that's the only way to know which
I'm just thinking about like the drink responsibly ads and stuff like that, and instead it's just mod responsibly.
Yeah. Yeah. It will take so much more time if you're installing multiple mods at once, but like I promise you,
Worth it.
it's worth it to take your time and install like the group. If you like have like downloaded like 12 mods and you're installing them all one at a time. Then go in, check to make sure it's working, and then install the next one.
Yeah, mod load order is also important. Which ones load first?
The nice thing is that there are programs that will just do it for you, like the load
Yeah, I
order.
think Next, like the Skyrim Nexus app will figure it
Yeah.
out for you and which ones need to load in which order, and that's really nice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure there are lots of really great guides out these days. If you want to get started on like Skyrim modding, I'm sure there are some really great guides out there.
mhm.
Because it's been around long enough,
Been a
10 whole
while.
years, that there are probably some really really well made guides for getting into Skyrim modding that are pretty easy to follow. Um, Brain slowly overloading with info. Yeah, I yeah. I truly the best advice I can give you for getting into modding is just find a good guide that you can follow. Like whether that's a video or like a written, I personally like this is just the way I process, like I find written guides much more useful than video guides. um like I feel like I can retain the information better from those,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm sure there's tons. And if any of you have some good like guides that you know of for getting into modding, feel free to post them in the Ramblemancy channel on Discord, because yeah, I'm sure many folks would be happy to make
So
use of
like
those.
lists of your favorite mods and stuff,
Hmm.
like absolutely throw those in there too.
Yeah, that too.
So I'll
um
just throw our Discord link in chat there, but
ye- yeah,
Zzz.
because the reality is Skyrim modding like is not actually, it's not that hard. It's just it can be very intimidating coming like approaching at it, but it's not difficult once you have like a basic understanding of like how everything works. um like literally just sort of like there are like at its most basic level, every mod has like has components, so like meshes, textures, sounds, maybe those sorts of things, and those are those files. And then there's the plugin, which is what allows the game to read the mod. And once you understand like the basic structure of mods, it's very easy to like to install them. But you don't have to be like me and install them all manually, because now there are actual like programs that just do it for you, like the Nexus Mod Manager. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You shouldn't be able to bork your actually bork your computer if you're using one of the mod manager programs. You might bork your game and have to, uninstall it and reinstall it, but yeah, that's the worst thing that should happen.
Yeah.
You're not going to accidentally delete your system 32 doing this.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Quite.
Yes, indubitably.
But this is bring them back. Pardon me for that sudden outburst.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Amazing.
Jolly old Nexus is correct. Unmodded Skyrim should be playable on most computers these days. It is pretty old. Yeah, that's why most smart fridges can play it too.
That'll never get old.
It will not. Skyrim coming to Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
Just imagine a little Game Boy Advance cartridge with Skyrim on it now. Sticker. Oh my goodness. Wow.
It's got to be the most re-released game ever. You're probably right about that. I mean...
Thank you, Orange. Yeah, I can't really think... I can't think of another game that I know of personally. And like, this is confirmation bias, perhaps. But like, I don't know of another game that has seen this many re-releases, right? Released on Steam, and then for Xbox and other like mainline consoles, and then like re-released with this, and then re-released the other things, and then came to Switch, and like
Legendary Edition and
Edition,
and now the Anniversary Edition.
Yeah, no, they've really...
Whoa. Remy says, I looked it up today. A version of Skyrim has been released 15 times across all platforms.
Oh, wow.
Good God.
Damn.
What's the Kylo Ren quote? Let the past die, kill it if you have to.
Yep. Wow.
It'd be something like Tetris or Doom, if anything. I suppose Doom. This Doom has been done a bunch of times, but they kind of staple a Doom to a new engine every 4 or 5 years. So
yeah. Oh wow. Well, we're kind of down at the end here of our stream.
Yeah, we are. We've arrived.
I'm very surprised we talked about Skyrim the whole time.
We talked about Skyrim for 90 minutes, friends.
Like,
it's a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah, unfair advantage Doom is nearing 30, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, same actually.
I'm glad I could bring it on back.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, 10 years of history. Yep.
10 years of history.
10 years ago, the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim was released across multiple platforms, and since then has been re-released time and time again, until I aged this much because of how many times Skyrim was released. And I kept waiting for an Elder Scrolls 6 announcement, but instead, I just got very old. Anyway.
That went too far for me on my end.
Freeman is now slightly wet, which means we have to go offline so that Freeman can go dry himself off.
Hello. My bad.
I genuinely didn't know where that was going, so I just kept talking, hoping it would go somewhere, and there was no
Well-
punchline. So,
Punchline is I got
One did
wet.
not- The punchline was one of those jokes where it's just a joke because it's still going. Like,
so Arrested Development, gotcha. So-
also, yes, Bree pointing out correctly. We do have a goal
Mhm.
here beneath our faces for an Among Us community night that we will host in our Discord with the Schnazzy New Among Us update, in which the imposter can shapeshift. And that is a terrifying thought to me because
yeah.
I already die a lot in that game.
I heard there's an update coming to Among Us that allows you to like at the beginning of it, like it plays some like very suspenseful music, and then you like wake up and there's just this random guy who's just like, "Good, you're awake," and then it's actually just Skyrim. So
I'd play that version of Among Us. Man, I didn't realize that Among Us was 40 gigabytes.
anyway, yeah, you can donate to make that happen right at this very moment, or any other time throughout the month of November. And so if we reach our goal by the end of the month, we will have an Among Us night, probably in December. But if we don't reach our goal, we'll probably bring that one back at some point, bring that goal back in the future for another future goal, and we'll see where we get with that. But yeah, that will be very fun, very chaotic. There will be some screaming, mostly from me.
There'll probably be a lot of cackling and people going, John's clearly lying. And me going, no, I'm not, but I definitely
There'll be
am.
a lot of John voting for himself on principle.
Yep, there'll be a lot of that. There'll be a lot of that. There'll be a lot of me standing on vents as a crewmate trying to bait people into thinking that I'm the imposter.
Bree says, nope, it'll be gone forever. You can only get in on it now.
Can only ride the post-update hype for so long.
It's true. Among Us stream. Get it while it's hot, while it's bloody. I don't know.
John will kill me immediately. Correct. If Bree dies first, you know it was me, or I was framed.
Yeah. So that's let me try that again in a language. That's something that you can do to help support the channel. If you like what you saw here today, that will go a long way to helping us do a bunch of cool stuff. One of those cool things will be announced soon. Not even soon TM, just soon. So that's coming. You'll see what the fruits of your donation support has grown. I'm so sorry. My brain is in full-on free fall right now. Cognitive processing is yeah. Oh no. What is happening?
What? Nothing.
He's been slain by the imposter. Was it John? I see.
Okay.
All right. So you're doing great, Lucas. Thanks, Remy. So speaking of which, follow Remy on Twitter.
I'm gonna vote for myself on principle.
Yeah. You can't meme poll me in a different channel. Joke's on you, Bree. John can meme poll wherever he likes.
That's very true. I can meme poll here. I can meme poll on your channel. I can meme poll on my own channel. The internet, it's just meme polls all the way down.
It's just so also Geek Outs. Yes. I think I know where this is going, but F is for faith.
F is for faith. Thank you. I did have an incredible personal best in Metroid today.
Of course, very important that we end as we began with happy birthday, Freeman.
Thanks.
Birthday. Birthday.
It was a very birthday.
I see.
Sure.
Yes. All right, everybody, we're gonna go. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us and sharing your favorite Skyrim memories, Skyrim opinions, your hot takes about Skyrim and their spiders. Your
Sharing all of your favorite mods.
sharing all your favorite mods. Yeah, that's a discussion I did not expect to get into, but
I have a napkin with the Brex written down on them. So like
yeah, absolutely.
the internet is just meme polls all the way down. Resident Bard 2021, correct. Yeah, you can quote me on that.
I think that's literally what just happened. Um, all right, everybody, we will see you hopefully on Wednesday for Infinite Horizon. Uh, but if not, we'll see you the next time you decide to come roll with us. Good night and good zone, everyone.